Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. Mark Guehi to Liverpool transfer update as private feelings emerge amid clear dilemma. Mark Guehi only has eyes for Liverpool if he leaves Crystal Palace before the end of the summer, it has been claimed. The Reds remain in talks with Palace for the player, who is thought to be keen on a move to Anfield. Guehi, 25, has less than 12 months to run on his contract, though Palace chairman Steve Parish is determined not to let the England international leave on the cheap. Oliver Glasner's team are believed to be standing firm on their £45 million valuation for Guehi, who started and impressed during their 0-0 draw at Chelsea on Sunday afternoon. While Palace want to keep hold of Guehi and tie him down to a new contract, there's a realization that he might have to be sold to avoid losing him for free next summer. Parish warned Palace's supporters that Guehi could be on the move following their win against Liverpool in the Community Shield earlier this month. Should Guehi quit Palace in the next couple of weeks, he only has eyes on a move to Liverpool, according to The Athletic, while the Reds have identified Guehi as a market opportunity and want to bring him to Merseyside. Now, the ball is in Palace and Guehi's court. The Eagles need to decide whether to sanction his sale this summer or keep him and risk losing him as a free agent in less than 12 months' time. Meanwhile, Guehi must choose whether he wishes to go and fight for a starting place at Liverpool or see out this season at Selhurst Park. Liverpool believe that they already possess 4 elite defenders, so are not expected to seek an alternative if they fail to land Guehi. Giovanni Leone, 18, signed from Parma in a £26 million transfer last Friday and is expected to be used as backup to Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate alongside Joe Gomez. Speaking after Palace's goalless draw against Chelsea on the weekend, Glasner admitted he had no hesitation but to start Guehi and Tottenham target Guehi'S, despite increased transfer speculation. EBS and Mark, there has been a lot of noise about these two players in the last week, he said. Everyone could see the performances against Liverpool, and today, they were 100% aligned with this team and Crystal Palace. As long as they are 100% committed, they will play as they are so good. I watched them all week in training. I spoke to them almost daily, maybe more than my kids and wife, but it's been worth it to talk to them. They didn't just show they are great footballers, but they are great people, and that's what I expected. Palace have lined up a potential replacement should Guehi leave the club, with Rennes talent Jeremy Jacquet on their summer shortlist, as per The Independent. The 20-year-old is the latest French talent to emerge from Bondy, a suburb of Paris that has also produced Kylian Mbappé and numerous other professional footballers. On the other hand, Mark Guehi's spat with Oliver Glasner clarified amid Liverpool transfer interest. A spat between Crystal Palace manager Oliver Glasner and Liverpool transfer target Mark Guehi has been played down, according to reports. The Reds remain in talks with their Premier League rivals over a possible move for the 25-year-old central defender. The FA Cup holders could be forced to sell their captain this summer after entering the final 12 months of his contract at Selhurst Park. However, conclusions over a possible rift between the head coach and the captain emerged following their goalless draw with Chelsea on Sunday. After the full-time whistle at Stamford Bridge, the Austrian appeared to shout Guehi to have a conversation after applauding the supporters. However, footage from Sky Sports showed the England international looking at his manager before bowing his head as he walked down the tunnel. The encounter left Glasner looking visibly bemused by the interaction, who then sought an opinion from Jean-Philippe Matita, who equally had little clue about possible anger from his teammate. However, journalist by Bobby Manzi has since revealed Guehi was selected for a routine drug test and he was keen to get the test completed. He shrugged off talk of a standoff with his manager as a miscommunication. It comes just weeks before the transfer window shuts, with Liverpool keen on further adding to their defense. The Echo has reported that the £26 million deal for Giovanni Leone will have no impact on their attempt to sign Guehi. Meanwhile, The Independent have reported that the two clubs are £10 million apart in their valuation for the former Chelsea Academy product. Liverpool are said to be insistent that they will only pay £35 million for a player who will be available on a free next summer, while Palace are suggested to be wanting around £45 million. Chairman Steve Parish conceded that they may have to sell Guehi this summer, in order to not lose him on a free at the end of the season. We'd have to do that, of course, he said. For players of that caliber to leave on a free, It's a problem for us, unfortunately. Joachim Andersen went to Fulham last summer, and we couldn't afford to lose both. We then had another bid for Guehi in January, but that was a different situation. We'll just have to see what happens. But, it needs a new contract or a conclusion of some kind. Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. Liverpool striker sends Arne Slot new message as 17-year-old can't stop scoring. New season, new optimism. But it was a weekend of contrasting fortunes for the main Liverpool academy teams under their respective new head coaches. While the under-18s romped to a 5-1 win at Stoke City on Saturday in their opening U18 Premier League North fixture under Simon Wiles, the U21s, now with former Wales boss Rob Page in charge, suffered a 4-2 reverse at Leicester City on Monday night in their first Premier League 2 game of the campaign. There were, though, some positives to take for Page's side, particularly another goal for Jayden Danns as the 19-year-old continues to rediscover match sharpness, having been absent for much of the year with a stress fracture in his back. Danns, who played an hour, gave Liverpool hope of a comeback at Leicester when, after the home side had taken a 2-0 lead by the interval through Michael Golding and Nathaniel Opoku, he netted 4 minutes after half-time into the top corner after being found by Michael Laffey. Hope proved to be short-lived, though, with Golding and Opoku both scoring again in quick succession before Liverpool, for whom Calvin Ramsey started at right-back, pulled a goal back late on through Laffey. There was better fortune for new U18s boss Wiles as 17-year-old Joe Bradshaw inspired the young Reds to comprehensive victory at Stoke. Bradshaw, last season's top scorer for the U18s and who signed his first professional contract in the summer, set up DJ Estelle to bag the opener and then curled in a brilliant free kick to double Liverpool's advantage. Josh "Sonny" Lambie notched a remarkable goal on the hour from the halfway line after Stoke goalkeeper Lucas Knight was out of position before substitute Finn Inglethorpe scored with his first touch. Stoke pulled one back from a corner with a Tommy McNally header before home defender Sanchez Phillips put through his own net to completed the scoring. Liverpool have £185 million transfer trick they could now exploit once again. And there goes another one. Ben Doak became the 8th Liverpool first-team squad player to leave this summer when he completed a £25 million move to Premier League rivals Bournemouth on Monday evening. For a teenager who has made only 10 senior appearances in 3 seasons at Anfield, and none since December 2023, it could be deemed another canny piece of transfer business from the Reds, led by sporting director Richard Hughes. But as with almost every departure of a young player, the sale of Doak has prompted mixed emotions for many Liverpool supporters. There is often a strong connection forged with those who make the move up from academy to the first team, whether they have come through the ranks from a tender age or, as was the case with Doak, brought in elsewhere for a minimal fee later in their development. Everyone is aware these players are far from the finished article. Knowing when to keep hold of such talent and give it time to flourish or accept the offer on the table is simply too good to refuse is a call Liverpool have more often than not successfully made in recent years. And the Reds have gained some significant profit from moving on younger players who either haven't quite managed to cement a regular place in the first-team squad or would be better served progressing elsewhere with regular minutes. With Liverpool the Premier League champions and regarded as one of the best teams in the world, there's no shame in not quite making a consistent breakthrough into their glittering squad, particularly at such a relatively formative stage in a career. Doak became the 19th player in the last 5 years aged 23 or under that, having been in the first-team squad with Liverpool, has then been sold for a fee. The total outlay for those players was around £15 million. The income gained? Almost £200 million. Some quick maths highlights a whopping £185 million profit. Of course, some players, such as Tyler Morton, Jarell Quansah, and Nico Williams, were true academy graduates having been at Kirkby for years. Others, such as Sepp van den Berg and Bobby Clark, were brought in for a fee and continued their development at either under 18 or U21 level. And then there was Fabio Carvalho, a teenager already prepared for direct first-team action when signed from Fulham in a £7.7 million deal. 9 of the departures have come since Hughes and head coach Arne Slot were put in position, with 3 Doak, Morton and Quansah happening in this window. It's also worth bearing in mind that 5 Tom Hill, Billy Commicio, Max Woltman, Leighton Stewart and Leighton Clarkson, were for undisclosed fees that haven't counted towards the overall income total. That quintet managed 9 Liverpool appearances between them, among 13 who failed to reach double figures. Indeed, the total of Liverpool outings from the 19 players combined comes to only 183. Quansah's 58 accounts for almost a third of that tally, with Nico Williams next up on 33. And Liverpool are aware Quansah remains very much a burgeoning talent. As part of his move to Bayer Leverkusen in a deal worth up to £35 million, the Reds have had a buyback clause inserted with it. Understood terms have already been pre-agreed for the player should he return to Merseyside. The agreement with Doak, meanwhile, also has a buyback clause, again giving Liverpool the option of being able to benefit from any significant progress in the player while operating away from Anfield. But the Reds may not be finished there this summer. With speculation continuing over the future of Harvey Elliott, who is still only 22, there could be another youngster departing Liverpool for big money, while Lewis Kumas and Kaide Gordon are also being linked with a departure. And the evidence suggests even when such younger players no longer form part of Liverpool's long-term first-team plans, they can still be hugely rewarding in a different way. Thanks for watching. Like and comment and subscribe.